We're running that again because we did an intro the first time and Ben was just like doing some googly eyes. Like, what do you think of the place? Do you like the spot?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Okay.
You like it?
Okay, we like it. Good.
No Cast Podcast, episode 20. To my left, we have Benji in the building. We have Kelvin in the building.
Hi.
And we are in Pirate Studios.
Shout out to Pirate Studios.
Man, when I was booking this place, I was like, what is the catch to this place? Like, I was like, it's located in a relatively nice spot. Like, it's cheap enough, and you can record in it for like 2 to 3 hours or whatever. I was like, what's the catch? It's located everywhere. Like, they're located around like around Europe, more or less. Like, they're located in England.
I think there's one in Cork too.
There's one in California as well.
Nice.
Yeah, but sick,
Mr.
man.
Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. But sick.
Are we gonna record in California next?
I hope so.
No.
Get some investors in the spot.
Yo, investors, shout me, yeah.
Shout me. Hit me up.
Shout me. Our
Happy
email
Thanksgiving.
is nocastpodcast.
Happy Thanksgiving, Ben.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, thanks, bro. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
Nice.
I'm thankful.
The thing is, though, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
I know, but like, since I've been in like Canada, like.
I mean,
That-
what did
that
what,
men-
like
that
what did you
menta-
used to do?
that
What did you used to do in Canada, like for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving
turkey?
is just a day you're just thankful for things mostly. That's it. You're honestly just thankful for things. So
And what way do you show that you're thankful for things?
like you sit down with family, people you're thankful for, and then you eat together. You know, it's not like a party.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving
But
insight.
it's more like a
Ben.
Huh?
Thanksgiving insight, Ben.
Why?
I don't know. You're just giving us great insight.
Yeah, you're giving us the whole
Oh.
history
You're
of
giving us a fantastic insight.
Oh, thank you.
when was
I
it
guess.
established? When was
I don't know
Thanksgiving?
when it was
Okay.
established,
Okay.
but it's Canada. Canada has their own Thanksgiving. America has their own Thanksgiving. Ireland doesn't have, which was sad. When I
We
heard
have St.
that.
Patrick's Day.
Yeah, no. We more or less have that and Easter pretty much.
But
we don't
Thanksgiving
celebrate
is a
anything
nice
else.
day. I like it because like you appreciate things.
What are
know?
you thankful for this year, Ben?
Like this year,
That's
Yeah.
actually good. You took it there. Like,
I was
There
gonna
has to be stuff-
say that anyways.
Okay.
yeah, there has
Yeah.
to be stuff like mainly we are thankful for. Like,
Health.
What?
We're healthy.
No,
Yeah.
no.
You need to kind of
no.
be more aware
yeah,
that like
I think I'm healthy.
during the global
like-
pandemic,
Mm.
we're healthy. We're healthy in this
Yeah.
pandemic, which
Yeah.
we're very lucky to be.
We've avoided a knock on wood, you know,
Yeah. Yes.
like, it's been going all right. Okay.
Yeah.
We literally we're setting up for an hour, and there's gonna be people really loud coming through the hallways. But
Ben's
no, you
gonna
probably won't
fight
catch it. Yeah, but like mainly like
You'll be on
Fight
drama
them.
alert. Ben attacks local Irish rapper.
okay,
Down
We
in
do.
Pirate Studios.
is that Bread Batch? Can we get the Bread Batch exclusive?
Oh,
Famous podcasters from Ball.
Nah, but see the thing is though, you're not Jake Paul or Logan Paul, so like it's
God. Just say you're
It's
gonna
doves
do
in the wind,
boxing
really.
after.
Squirrel.
Yo, find me in a charity boxing match.
Let's do it at the 3 Arena.
yo, we're doing 7 bags. I'm fighting Mayweather, bro.
Yo,
But I don't want to fight Mayweather. You wouldn't want to fight Mayweather because he's too mainstream. Like, you'd want to fight some guy from Scandinavia and then request 7 bags. Like,
like little man.
what do you think Ben's walking out song is?
anything carty.
No,
Anything
Flatbed
Playboy.
Ben's just coming out with his.
would be hard though.
No.
So you fight Little
Nah,
Man.
my walkout song would be some Japanese.
You don't even watch
some
anime.
Some anime
You
theme.
don't even watch
song.
anime.
I do, bro.
No, you don't.
On the
You
low.
actually like strike me as someone who should watch anime, but,
But he
you just
doesn't.
don't.
Yeah.
I do watch anime.
What's your favorite anime?
Right now?
Yeah.
Let's see. Recently, Tokyo Ghoul.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm past casual with the anime. Like, I still haven't gotten into the anime just yet. I watched One Punch Man and Full Metal Alchemist and stuff
Full
like
Metal
that.
Alchemist is good.
Yeah, I need to get Crunchyroll. I have
JoJo is really good.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
JoJo. What's the one where they're playing volleyball as well?
Haikyuu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Shit.
watched a bit of Haikyuu.
Attack on Titan is
Yeah,
really
I'm not
good.
gonna lie.
Totally shit. I'm
The
sorry.
opening of an anime will mainly draw me in.
But the first
And-
episodes are usually slow. Like the first couple
Oh yeah, they're
episodes
very
are-
slow. But even if it's like,
Well, some of them just the first episode is fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't need something too mundane for me. I need
What-
something with like a serious opening.
How
but
do,
not too
how do you
mundane.
guys watch your anime?
It
English?
depends.
English or Japanese?
Some of them have
See,
really good dubbed.
I just have them come with
Like Full Metal is really good dubbed.
yeah.
Like Death Note is not a great dub, so I watched that.
But like on Netflix, Full Metal will just come with English anyway, so I'll just do what's convenient for me, English sub. Like I want to be a hardcore weeb, but like
No.
I don't understand Japanese.
There's only so much.
Like,
Oh my god, I can fucking listen to.
But like, why are you fighting Little Man? Do you think you beat Little Man in a fight?
Nah, bro.
Bro, this guy is.
No.
Little Man is a unit.
That guy.
Little Man.
Wait, what is he actually? Who is he? I don't know. I just
See, he was in prison.
For what?
I actually don't know. Like he was in prison and then he just blew up off of being small, but being this absolute hard man, like for a small dude.
Bro,
And he just used to run so many shenanigans in prison, like, and when that one where he dived into a bin, some of his inmates just threw him in a bin and stuff like that. And he just blew up off it. That's the beauty of the internet. You see this dog face guy that's blown up?
Yeah.
Where you
I liked that video, and then when everyone started liking it, I didn't like it.
You're such a hater.
I know. But all three of us are hipsters on the podcast, like, so.
I'm not.
How?
You are a hipster.
Nope.
Yeah, you are.
Nope.
Bro, you're
Yeah,
wearing
you are.
black Timbs.
Yeah. Style.
We're all
Bro,
hipsters.
you're fucking wearing a white t-shirt with black Timbs.
Okay, the white t-shirts, there's nothing real hipster about
This
it.
is
real hipster.
It's the black Timbs,
This
though.
is the
Yo,
most
if-
normal outfit possible.
Fair.
Nothing-
within the
Nothing braggadocious. What braggadocious
In the
things I have?
comments, ladies and gentlemen, please vote who
Bro,
the
nobody's
most
in our
hipster.
comments.
Oh yeah, true.
We can do that for interactions, though.
At us on
Nobody's
Instagram.
gonna at us. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
It's okay, man.
But okay, Little Man, I can't fight him, bro. He's too much of a gangster for me.
I know.
I think you just have too much to lose in that scenario.
bro.
Like he has nothing to lose.
He has nothing to do.
He's going into that like no worries. If he wins, he
You
wins.
know, in boxing matches, you get your bags either way, so, like,
That's yeah.
everybody's a winner.
But
in
like
it,
if you're
really.
fighting someone like Mike Tyson, you know you're gonna probably have a concussion after. That's probably not worth it. I don't think Little Man can give Ben a concussion.
I think Little Man could run Ben
No,
like
he'll
his
run
worst
you.
fate.
Yeah, but he won't give you a concussion.
Like,
He'll
I
make
think
me
he'll
tired.
run it,
Yeah,
man.
he's not going to hit Ben in the head anytime soon if it's just strictly boxing.
Nah, but I feel like he's strong, like, and on low central gravity,
Yo,
like,
It's just body shots. That's all it
Body
is.
shots. That's what I mean.
And I'll be aiming for the head.
body shots are worse.
No,
You'd
but
rather get hit
you're
in
gonna
the
hit
head
the
in
really
reality,
bad
like,
headshots. You're gonna hit them like on the top of the head because you're punching downwards.
Yeah. So don't count, yeah?
you definitely have the maddest swing.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm actually composed. Bro, I used to do taekwondo when I was little.
Yeah, I just wouldn't be inclined to get
Little
into
history
fights,
about
like,
Ben. I
'cause-
was a taekwondo boy. I stopped what's the second belt after white?
Blue,
it's like a tip, isn't it? It's like
No.
yellow tip.
brown.
I think it's
No,
yellow.
brown's like 3 head. I don't know.
I know I just
It
graduated.
goes white, yellow tip. It goes down to yellow belt, green tip, then it goes to green tip. I think from there it progresses to brown.
I did
And
karate
then
for a
you
week.
go all the way to.
Yeah, but I just got the second belt. I was like, peace out. That's it.
That was me too. I actually did karate for a few years, and then I got yellow belt, green tips, and I was like, yeah, I'm out. I had them in my
Bro.
wardrobe for years. But I used to
Bro,
feel like the
people-
man when I
no,
got the tips. Remember the ceremonies when you did them,
Yeah.
and you just like you were just doing some sort of rendition of a karate move, and then that'd be it. You just get the belt. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't
Bro.
take nothing from it. Like,
And you were mad zen back then.
Bro,
as well.
it was
Yeah,
so.
man.
The funniest thing about it is because people will be like, bro, after all this taekwondo, we'll still knock you out, bro.
that's what I'm saying. I didn't
that's
take
true.
much from it though.
And it was so sad because I was so into it and I wanted, and then people told me, I'm like, yeah, I can't do it anymore.
I know, man. I had so many things like I tried getting into as a kid. I just couldn't get into. I was in this dance academy called Be Famous.
Yo, I was also a dancer as well.
Yeah.
I could see you do dancing.
I was.
But me, I didn't want to do dancing. I
Who
just
put you into?
my
I was
parents.
training into ballet.
What type
So-
of dancing was it?
You were training into ballet.
Yeah,
Ben, you were doing ballet.
yeah.
That's kind of
Little-
hard.
This guy is a mystery. Like it's like when he did the Shakespeare.
Or like when he buys football boots and says that he just.
Yeah. Like we never
Well,
know where you're at from week to
I
week.
love.
We could
I love
react to
ballet
that.
though. It was fun.
Yeah.
Most especially if you have your own solos.
I did this dance academy called Be Famous. My parents only convinced me into doing it by saying, if you do it, we'll take you to Disneyland.
Nice.
Yeah. That only happened like a few years down
They
the line.
really started trying to do Project Mbappe on you, and then it just didn't work.
Nah, they were trying to do Project Les Twins.
Diversity.
Yeah, they're trying to run a Project Les Twins, like pop and lock.
Nah, kid
But
of the
like,
great.
did Alicia do it too?
Project-
I would have been so fly though in hindsight.
Oh,
Like, I would have
yeah.
been fly as fuck
Yeah,
if I was
you'd
doing
been
dancing.
hard.
Like.
You're doing the hardest.
Nice.
I said to get bitches too, the dancers, man. Not that I love
Do
my
you know-
girlfriend.
do you
so
You don't
like,
have
I would've
you don't
been
have a
fly
need to
dancing.
do that though.
Guys, do you know that Kid of
To
the
dance?
Great?
Yeah.
It'd be cool though. There's a lot of stuff you don't have a knee to, but you just dance.
No, your knee, like your physical.
Oh, I don't
knee.
have knees to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. That was when I got overgrowth when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was so tall that I actually fucked up my tendons. It was detrimental to my tendons. I grew too quick in the span of a few months. I couldn't do any competitive sport for like 8 months.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
Yeah, did it? Yeah.
I just grew so big.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Shit.
Yeah. It's a mad one. Anyway, where were we taking it? You were talking about ballet.
Yeah, I said I just did ballet. That's it.
I was
That's
doing,
not much about it.
No, I was doing beef. I just couldn't make any friends in it, man.
I was like one of the only guys in the group, like in school, that was doing it, and then I enjoyed it because it was actually fun.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like the only kind of, I don't know, how do I describe it? I was the only kind of,
But now look at me, bro.
I was the only kind of hetero guy. Like,
I don't have that posture, you know.
I know.
All that.
Hunchback.
Bro, I'm like, you're out here with Ben.
Alfonso Davis.
You want to get that in before the podcast?
I was thinking about that all day. That was living my head rent free.
Yeah. But I was saying, I was one of the guys that kind of, I was the only one that kind of moved, like, I don't know, I was all hetero and stiff. And I was only girls that were there. And then it was guys that were kind of camping and gave it loads and like,
Bro,
it's like, and all that stuff.
Bro,
and I was like,
it's so
damn, I can't do that. Like, we had
Yeah.
mirrors and everything. Like, you'd be
Yeah.
lay down mirrors and I'd be looking at it and it'd be like Big Baby Dave trying to dance. Like, except this wasn't it. This was Origins. This is before Big Baby Dave, but it was still Stiff Baby
Bro,
Dave. Like,
It's
That's what I'm doing.
crazy that like when we're young, yeah, every guy was like, "Yo, you're dancing. That's weird, man." You know, every guy used to diss it, and then you're just the only guy, and then
yeah, no, it's fly though.
and now like look at Kid of the Great, look at Late Twins, bro. We would have been them right now.
I know, 400K followers.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Do you know Kid of the Great even has like his own, like there's a whole website now for dancers where they teach you how to dance, how to hit the quan,
That's mad.
hit nene for
That's crazy.
for like 20
TikTok dancing.
20 a month.
I'll do that. I'll do TikTok dances.
That's crazy.
Would you pay 20 a month
Yes.
to just learn how to?
Yes.
Yeah.
To TikTok dance. Yes. That's how you do Project Mbappe for your kid, but
No, I used
Project
to,
Alison Mary.
you could just watch it. You could just watch them again and again on YouTube just to learn the music. Nah, you don't want
Bro,
That PT personal. It's like
Anyway,
when you had a life.
talking about
How's your week's been though? For real?
before we get into the week, we're talking in the beginning. We're talking about Thanksgiving. Talking about
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for many things, honestly. I'm thankful for all my. This feels weird now. I don't like the way you two are looking at me.
I just
want to
know what you
See, Ben doesn't know how to lead a podcast.
No.
Like
Look
he
at
has
the
no idea. This is
camera.
called leading a podcast. Like
He doesn't
you
want
talk
us to
and we all
look at
look at
him.
you. Yeah, no, we all do. So okay, we'll look away.
Yeah, look
Tell
at
What are
us-
you
tell us what
thankful for, Ben?
Thanksgiving
Okay, yeah, so I'm thankful for. Well, I'm thankful for the podcast. Thankful for you guys, friends
Oh.
and family.
Oh, thanks, man.
You
So I
know.
can't look at him because he doesn't like us looking at him. And I want to look at him.
You
Yeah.
can look at me if you want.
I'm looking at you guys.
No,
but
no,
don't
I'll look at
me.
David.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't look
yeah.
at me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but like, I'm thankful for like how the podcast is moving. I'm thankful for that. For like, you know, all my friends and family have been safe throughout this terrible 2020. You know,
Yeah.
you know, we're cozy. We'll fly. Yeah, I'm thankful for that. For
Yeah.
many other things I can't say here, but yeah.
I'm thankful. Yeah, I'm thankful we made it to episode 20. Yeah. I'm thankful we've made it to 20 episodes, to be honest, like, because, like, there was always that last summer where we weren't too sure what was going on with it, and we're
Yeah.
kind of just like, I just remember, yeah, I didn't really expect us to make it to 20 episodes, to be honest. I just remember, like,
I feel like we should be much further ahead though. Like we
should be way further
should
ahead,
have
to be
been,
honest.
but like
We're taking
like
it at our own pace.
There were many hiccups during the
Yeah.
way, and like also it's an anniversary when you went to Thailand, so
that's
it's
true.
like this week, so
mm,
it's like many things happened, and David had to plan how would we do this thing, and yeah, and then we had to try and get guests. Then we had many
it's mostly just friends, really, but, like,
Yeah.
you have to be thankful that our friends could have been in a position where they could have easily just said no
yeah.
and been like, nah, it's not really my thing. Like, I still have people say that, like, who I asked to be part of the podcast, and they're like, yeah, all due respect, like, I love the idea of it, but, like, nah, like, I just, like, because it's not for everyone. Like, you have to understand that too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for, like we still have to get used to hearing our own voice and, like, hearing, like, seeing ourselves on camera and stuff like that, and we're comfortable with it. But you just have to be mindful that other people aren't that comfortable with it. So it's one of them things.
Yeah.
So like we just got lucky that we landed like for instance, we had like Nathan on it, and Nathan, like, I only knew after the podcast was actually quite insecure about speech impediment, like sometimes like the stutter and stuff like that, which is, it's not even that noticeable, like, you know what I mean? Or like Chris was basically like, oh yeah, no, I'm not actually mad about the sound of my own voice, and he wouldn't even strike a person for being like that. Like, so like we had guests that weren't even like, they had no broadcast history and they weren't even comfortable with it really, but they just did it anyway. So like we have to be thankful for that, because I think that like put us in a better position than we kind of should be in now based off of that. Like even having Connor on it to be completely comfortable to talk about the men's vulnerability stuff, like that took us to another level for at least a week or two of that podcast. So like it's just being thankful. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the direction the podcast is going in. I'm thankful for more content we have coming up. Yeah, so that's basically me. Like I'm thankful for other stuff in my life too, you know. So
yeah, I think like.
What about you? What are you thankful for?
Very much the same things. There's not really much I can say different. I'm not thankful for.
Well, you must be thankful for some stuff in Thailand,
you have to
though.
say that's like tradition.
Well, like
Well, if we had turkey roast now,
like
Thailand, what are you thankful for from Thailand?
I'm thankful that like I learned a lot when I went over, and that like a lot of life experiences that I don't think you'd ever get unless you did move away by yourself.
Yeah,
it was like, you know, it's hard moving to a different environment, different location where you know nobody, and like thankful that like you can actually explore, and I have the privilege myself to actually go out there and travel, because a lot of people can never leave. Whereas like, that's one thing, like where I asked the kids who I was teaching, I was like one of my first classes, I asked them to what's your dreams in life, and like, some of their dreams would be like to go to the beach because they've never been to a beach before. Yeah. And like for us, if you were to say, oh, my lifelong dream is to go to the beach, we're like, okay, it's a 10-minute walk. Like what's so? But it's like they come from like piss poor areas, basically, where.
And we just don't have enough appreciation for it.
It's like, you appreciate the little things in life, where it's like, this person is like 14, 15, and their wish is to go to a beach because they've never been to a beach before.
I think we should be built on the principle of that. Like, we need to just appreciate it. It kind of like
makes you more humble about things in life anyway.
Yeah. Because a lot of stuff just feels inanimate then, like when it really comes down to serious stuff, you know?
That's why Thanksgiving is good, bro.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, it brings into reflection. That was a nice way of starting the podcast.
That was nice. Right now, if we had like turkey roast and so on,
that'd be nice too.
Yeah. I don't really fuck with turkey too much.
See, it depends, and it needs a bit of jam sauce with it.
Yeah.
Nah, just me.
I'm not a saucy person.
You can get some. Yeah, you don't like sauce.
Okay, we'll get you chicken then.
I'll eat chicken. I'll eat turkey too.
Yeah, yeah. Bit turkey though, with a bit of jam right now.
Let's stop talking about food, man.
Anyway, how's your week been? We've been 20 minutes in.
I forget what happened this week. Everything just feels the same.
Now.
Yeah.
Last week we're in the new.
It's interesting. Everything feels the same, and that like everyone's like, oh yeah, it's like we're all it's like we're all in the middle of depression right now, but it's kind of like, no, everybody has had their own depression, but like it's only just came to light with a lot of people now. That's kind of the difference of it.
Yeah, and because there's some people who like try and like link it with the whole seasonal depression thing. Where
I think, and like this is probably our segue into the mental health week, and let me just say that we apologize. Like if you're looking for a mental health podcast, we are not the podcast. No. Because there's platforms and there's podcasts out there
especially for that reason
that are specifically catered to mental health. We're not that podcast, but I think it is a healthy environment for us to actually talk about it. And like we have to acknowledge it, because you have to understand with us on the panel, I can't speak on Ben's behalf, I can't speak on Kel's behalf. It's hard for me to talk about my mental health. Like just on a platform where it gets aired out to everyone.
Well, like, that was the same thing with me, where like even because I did the video last year, speaking about my own mental health, where it's like to do that is very like
there's a difference. Like there's a difference between just senselessly talking about stuff and then talking about something specific to you, and it's like something that's so sacred and vulnerable to you that you have to air out to the world, because only you can understand it. Like nobody else can understand it. Yeah,
and I think like because there is like the kind of reputation now is like where people are afraid to talk about it because they don't want to be like stigmatized and stuff like that. They want to be like downput because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously Mental Health Week, and I just wanted to bring that up because I think people do need to become synonymous with the fact that everybody goes through their own sort of stuff, and like I don't subscribe to this whole, oh, it's mad, it's like we're all depressed this year. No, we were all always depressed. Like, that's the truth of it. Like, we were all always like...
It's not just a thing that comes and goes.
Maybe depression's the wrong word for it. I think
people can develop it.
Yeah, we've all like been down, or we've all had periods where we just feel bad, you know what I mean? And it's just, and it has to be natural. And like...
Even though you're the happiest person, or you feel you're the happiest person.
Even if you feel you're the happiest person and all, and just like... But yeah, it's weird. It's weird for me, the whole idea of it, because like I wouldn't even know how we go about talking about that sort of stuff on a podcast. Like,
honestly, for me, it's just like you can't identify who has any like sort of like mental health issue. Like you can't identify anybody just by just looking at them, basically. But like, it's just being aware of people and knowing what to say in certain things, not to trigger like people's emotions.
I think people are becoming more aware about them type of things.
Yeah, they are, which is good. But like, it's just now we're moving from like more of a physical world into like this digital age of like things are going online. Everyone is saying this and that about that person, you know. Like even sometimes when I come online, like I don't just go ahead and just like say certain things. Sometimes I do, which I should be aware of.
Yeah, but I feel like even like a thing that made people a lot like aware about that. And it's one of the things that only like with Chadwick's, that people were making fun of him because he was so skinny for that role thing. But like it's again like when people were the same for 1 or 2 days, they were like, guys, you don't know what someone's going through after like the Chadwick said. It's like that makes you reflect on what's going on. Whereas like since that time has passed, people are almost like they're all making fun of people again. Like
I just think
I know
like,
that's how the internet works, but
I just think like you do have to treat you do have to treat the internet like with caution, because I think the internet is like subscriptions. Like you go onto Instagram, you're subscribed to whoever. I'm subscribed to Calvin Murphy. I'm just subscribed to Benedict. I'm subscribed to David Smith. So yeah, I'm entitled to the content of them, where I know from a surface level what's happening with their day. And it's like, if you want that premium and you want to know what's personally really, really happening in their day, you're not going to know it. So it's like, you just have to take it for what it is sometimes.
Yeah.
And like, I think alongside with the mental health stuff, I'm never too sure where I sit on the demonization of social media, because like...
I think it can work both ways, where it can like be very deteriorative to someone's mental health, or it can be very great where they can find out different platforms where they can reach out and stuff. Yeah,
because I think there is a lot of utilization with social media. Like I think if you use it to what you want to do, like it can be beneficial, and it can work in like your ambitions can work in tandem with how you use social media. I think like it's for people, they have to sit back and really like know what their priorities are when they go on social media, because if you're just on social media and you're looking at it senselessly, like you have to kind of bring yourself back, because we all have that sort of addictive element where we stay on it for a long time. And it's like sometimes you just have to bring yourself back for a second and be like, okay, I'm clocking up hours on my phone now, I'm senselessly looking on social media. It's not really necessary for me, and it only is detrimental to maybe not even my mental health, but just what I do with my day. Once you become more self-aware with that, though, it kind of spurs you on to do more. And I'm gonna be honest, you can't really say to someone, like, if I say you should be self-aware, you can't go, oh no, but like people can't be self-aware. No, it's very simple as that. You know, you've been on your phone. You have something every single Monday.
But then I think there is like the argument where people are like, there's then people who feel more comfortable when they're on their phone and they have a better experience than in like day-to-day life, that they'd rather be on their phone talking to their friends online and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
inclined to agree with that, but I just think, there should be a bit of discretion on how you use.
Because I don't think like it can be a thing where you go, you should go outside more. You go take more walks. That's going to make you feel better.
But sometimes maybe it is singular-minded to me. Sometimes I really do think it is like that. Because
I know, and I think we're inclined to think, but I just think from experience anyway, like it can help you being outside and makes you like when you feel down and stuff. But like I don't think it's the be all and end all. Like you're still gonna be. Maybe
it is because we do stuff though. Like that's not saying it in a righteous way for us. It's just that's where we apply our energy to. And you maybe you're saying that maybe there isn't an outlet for a lot of people where they can apply their energy to. But like, I'm not saying find it, go out, find a hobby, because I'm not Gary Vee. That's not my job. Again, like we said in the podcast, that is not our job. We don't know our target audience. Our target audience is whoever fucks with it, they'll fuck with it. Do you know what I mean? Like we have something that's universal and applicable to like a lot of different things, and it's like we'll dabble on mental health, we'll dabble on a lot of stuff, but that's not our job. But what I would say is I can only talk about how we as people handle it. Yeah. And like I can't talk on your behalf or Kel's behalf again, but I can talk on my behalf. Like I just feel like I need to apply myself to other outlets other than social media on my phone, because I do get caught up in it. That's my personality. I post a lot on social media. I get caught in this rabbit hole, and then that's it. Like, and I just think, it's when every Monday you get that
screen time.
Yeah, you almost get that clarification that you're spending a lot of time on your
6 hours on your phone. On average.
You need to just step back and reflect on it a little bit. Like, and I just think you have to find a way to separate yourself from a lot, because like, in this world, we have to find a way to separate ourselves from a lot of things. Like we can't overconsume everything, or over invest ourselves in a lot of other things. Like people have to find a way to separate themselves from working at home right now. People have to separate themselves from like drinking all the time or overindulging in something all the time. And I think like social media should be a part of that.
It's all about balance, basically.
Yeah.
So
like you walk into a doctor's and you go, okay, I'm on the verge of being diabetic. What will the doctor say to you? Stop eating so much chocolate. Like, do you know what I mean? Or just start eating fruit. I think it should be as practical with social media like that. Okay, you're feeling like that. Just step away from social media. Like, it's not the ultimate thing because you have your own stuff
going on. But it can help towards it.
But it can help.
Yeah.
It can help.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. And I think that just ties into the mental health aspect of it, because I can only talk on behalf of how I handle my mental health. And like, I'm not gonna lie, if you want to talk about it, if you just feel like, I'll put on the floor, like I have been depressed. You know what I mean?
We've all been depressed.
Yeah, like, but that's what I'm saying. I can't say you've been depressed because I don't know that. Like I still only know the externalities to you or Calvin, even though we're all very close. Like I can't say that on your behalf. I was thinking about doing a video on our thing about, but like we should run it on the podcast. Like I can't say that on your behalf. I can only say what way I handle depression. Yeah, all I can say is from an aspect of my life where I was depressed. Like. Man, I'd say, like, I'd probably say my depression didn't entail like having too many suicidal thoughts or anything like that. But I'd say I had one that I really, really thought I was going to follow through with. And it's not like any dramatic story to it or anything or any sort of profound, like, on my last breath, I came back or I fell or something. No.
Yeah.
Bro, I went home and I cried and I took a bunch of like tablets on my cupboard, but there's probably a bunch of antihistamines. Like,
I
there were probably some multivitamins.
Best believe I know exactly that same thing.
Yeah, and I went there, I was being dramatic. I was like, I was probably taking all the wrong shit if I wanted to do it.
Take a few paracetamols.
Yeah, probably not even, man. I probably just picked up some multivitamins or something. Like, my head was gone. Like, I remember this. I remember I was drunk. I remember I was a bit stoned. I was paranoid. And I was, like, crying. I was like, nobody fucks with me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is, like, back in the day. Like, I'd say 2017, like, 3 years ago. You'd know yourself. I'd say early 2017, late 2016. I had a lot going on in my life.
Fucked with you then.
Huh?
I fucked with you then. I met you once.
2017?
Yeah. That was when I was here anyways.
No, this was probably later in the year. This was like
early in the year.
This was like I'm still doing PLC.
Yeah.
Nothing's really going the way I wanted to. I had other events not even related to it, but it did bring down my mental health substantially. And like you probably know about Calvin being closest to me, like what happened in late 2016. Like a lot of shit fucked me up. It was one of these days where I went home and I was just like, yeah, nobody fucks me, and like I just felt I was bringing down the mood, because like I don't like there should be two ways to it. Like I know people say, oh, to help your mental health you have to eliminate negative people in your life, but sometimes
it's not about,
there should be another element. You should know when to extract yourself from that too.
But I feel like there's like, looking back in it in hindsight is completely like, we can say, oh, we should have done this, but like just from remembering being in that state, it's like whatever anyone says, you don't give a fuck. Like that's what I was thinking anyway. Like,
yeah, that was my mindset.
Whatever anybody tells me,
like, that was my mindset.
I'm not listening to anything. I'm listening to me, and that's it.
Yeah, it's easy now to have a bit of cop on and know how about, but at the time I was like, I have to understand sometimes the world isn't against you. Like the world isn't against you. Sometimes like
it's just all about you speaking about it. And seeing who see who listens to you and like the response about it. It's just,
I think there's
it's just basically you. It's you coming out and just saying, admitting that, look, there's something wrong with me somewhere right now in my life.
But it's not a thing to be like to almost put you down. It's almost
it's not to
it's almost like open a dialogue.
Yeah, because there's not a way you can combat mental health. There's only a way you can prepare for it.
But I feel like we've been saying that for so many years though, where it's like, just talk about it. But
for mental health, like me, the eradication of mental health to me is like world peace. We're never going to get it.
Yeah, it's
mental
one of
health
things,
is an illness.
Yeah.
And all you can kind of do, there's bipolar, there's personality disorder, there's other stuff. Like, all you can do is learn how to combat prepare for it rather than combat.
Yeah.
Because what I did, like, I nearly set a rule to life. Like, it's literally just like, the world isn't against you. Maybe it's just you sometimes, and you need to extract yourself out of an environment to do good for yourself and to do good for other people. Because I was hanging around with guys that like, I'm friends with now. Like, you have the same friend group. I'm friends with now. I can be friends with all them personally, but there was a point in my life where it's just, I had to extract myself from them, from the benefit of me, but also the benefit of them, because it was an arrangement that wasn't working for the two of us. I wasn't liking their vibe, and to be quite frank, they weren't liking my vibe. I was probably coming in negative. I can't see from another lens where I'm seeing myself. Like, I was probably coming in negative, sensitive, all this stuff, and I just need to extract myself from it. I need to take myself away, and they needed to take me away from it also. And I think I just think it was.
I feel like that was like the same. Like, it was a big turning point for me to actually go away, to leave. Was like almost like a mental health break, like a holiday, basically.
Yeah,
like
just it's sort of it's an exile that's like needed.
It's like a cleanse to find out. Like,
it's a cleanse.
It's not like that whole like thing where I found myself and found who I am, because I'm still learning every day about who I am.
No, it's just a reset. Like,
it's just like like it kind of you kind of find out different things about yourself.
Well, I think it's neat. I think that's the next stage always of learning how to
like, we're always going to be growing and adapting who we are.
So who we are.
And I feel like even I don't think I'm the same person who I was at the start of lockdown that I am now.
None of us are. I think we're all. I think the three of us on this on these seats can say, like, we're more assured people compared to what we were a year and a half ago, or even 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
I think even 6 months ago. I learned a lot about myself over lockdown as well. Whereas
bro, from the surface level, 3 years ago, I probably perceived people as a much more confident guy. Probably looked better, took care of yourself. It was all like fugazi to me, because I actually didn't feel like that. Like, and I couldn't do a podcast now the way we do a podcast now, and open up and be vulnerable about it. And I just think that's been the transition for me mainly. Like I feel like 2017 was one of them things where we used to go out, like would do whatever, go out.
And like, I think almost that, like, the whole going out thing was a big projection of like self-image and for who you are. Whereas like, you kind of have to be this certain thing when you're that young. Like, you're so you're so vulnerable. Like, you're going out every weekend, you're trying to impress people every weekend. Whereas like, now I'm just comfortable with who I am. I'll wear what I want. I'll do whatever.
And do you remember, like, on them nights out where you were so codependent on certain elements that happened that night?
Whereas like, if you weren't as bland as it sounds, like, if you weren't like not linking girls, but I'm saying, like, if you weren't like
but we can be honest. We can put that to the floor. Like, honestly, if you weren't linking girls, it was like
you'd be a disappointed night. Like,
what's up with me? Like, there were so many elements. Like, there had to be a pre-drinks. There had to be in the middle of the night, I'm pulling the girl, and then at the end of the night, we go after session. And
I think that's only like, again, it's about what environment we were in.
Yeah,
I was surrounding myself with people whose full intention was to go out that night and go out and find people to like link up with.
Yeah,
I was like, that wasn't necessarily my intention the whole time, but I'd be there, and then it'd be like me doubting myself, like, why am I here? What is the reason for me to be?
Yeah, that was the exact same for me, and it was even worse, because like, you'd bag a girl, and this is me taking it into another place. Like, you get with a girl, and then the next day your boys would be like, oh, why didn't you text that girl and all this stuff? And I was kind of just like, listen, I don't feel like I'm good enough for myself. How do I pitch to a girl that I'll be good enough for them? I know that's cliche as fuck and all, and it was like, that was basically, and I put, in simpler words, I just didn't feel like texting them. I didn't want to text this girl. But in truth, I couldn't take the rejection at the time, so I just didn't put myself in a place where I was texting a girl.
You could be vulnerable enough to get rejected.
Yeah, and I had to try pitch to myself why I'm a good enough, if I didn't even think I was a good enough person. Because not to do a mic drop or be gangster, but the second I felt like that about a girl, she ended up being my girlfriend. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, when I felt at a level, I'd say in the same year, then a year later, I was more accepting of myself, and I was like, I was more equipped to be like, okay, stuff happens in life. You have to be equipped about that. There's no nihilistic view to it. It's just, I have to be equipped. Stuff happens. You lose people. You just have to be equipped for the unexpected. Like, and I feel like by that time of that year, it was like juxtaposed to me meeting my girlfriend. It was like I had to be prepared for what else comes after. Like I just had to be accepting of it rather than be, you know, in denial about where I'm at in my life. I just had to be honest with myself. I think that's where it changed mainly. But
now you have great support. Now you have great support.
Yeah. You brought me to another place. Yeah, it's building the support. Yeah. In preparation for whatever blips of mental health you go through, I think you just need to have people. You have to have people with the same ambitions as you.
It might not be people that have the same ambitions as you. It's just people that actually are there to help you. Maybe they're not. I don't know how to put it. Word. Brain dead.
That you can confide in.
Yeah, but I think like that's not necessarily like, even like from personally speaking, where it's like I knew I had people who would listen to whatever I had to say, and they'd listen to whatever hour in the morning. But it's about like, personally, I don't want to feel like you're burdening anybody and stuff like that. Whereas like, even if you know it's not a burden on that person, you feel like it will be if you ever like.
And we can sit here and go, no, Calvin, no, it's not
exactly.
I was in the exact same
but
position,
you don't want to be that person.
Like, I mean, who am I telling realistically?
Yeah.
I think
it's reaching out is the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like for me when, like, I knew I had that support there, which I knew was great, and I knew like, oh, okay, if I ever want to do that, but it's about getting to that step where you actually want to seek help from other people.
Yeah. And I think you have to be mindful of the fact that like a lot of other people don't actually think like you.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think that's where my number one frustration always came from. I was like, why don't people understand me or get it? And it's no, to be honest, we're all wired different at the end of the day. So we're all wired different for a reason. There has to be conflicting feelings or conflicting opinions or someone not understanding you in order to reach an understanding. Like if I just came in and they were trying to understand straight away, like I would have been like, I don't know. I don't think there would have been a resolution in that, but it's the fact that someone gradually has to understand where you're coming from. And it's like, even if I don't understand it, Kelvin, I'm going to let you have your space for a bit.
Exactly.
I can come back in. That's all I can do.
I feel like that's like what, like, because my friendship with, like, my friends would be like, they'd know if I'm upset and stuff. And they're like, okay, that's you. Like, we're here if you want to talk, but I know that's not what you do. So just you do you for this part. I'll stay at home. I won't leave my house and shit.
Yeah.
Couple of days, I'll be like, hey guys, let's hang out. Nothing will be different.
You don't have to force being understanding because we're all wired to, you know, all think different. Like, and I think that was always my frustration. Like, nobody's reaching out or trying to understand me and all, but that's not their job. They have to give you your space and like everyone loves to think like they could play hero for their friend if they're going through that. But all you can do by playing hero is just taking a step back and letting them have that grieving process. It needs to happen. And you can't keep painting over there.
And you're not going to be with them the whole time, the whole journey either.
No,
you're with them for a part of that journey. A little part of their whole long battle is you're playing that little part.
Because all you're doing is pausing the process they need to go through naturally.
But that pause can be very beneficial for the future of that person.
Yeah.
Like, you have that support.
If you keep being around them, you're only pausing what they need to go through naturally.
Like, if you're only being elongated. Then like like if you came in here today really mellow and I was like, David, stop being so sad, man. Like that's me nagging you about it. Yeah. Like that type of vibe.
Yeah, just pausing. You just need to let it happen. That's what I'm saying. We just need to let it breathe sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Went deep there.
I know that went really deep.
It was really nice.
We're already about 40 minutes in. It's mad. It's mad.
Really nice, honestly.
Yeah, but I just think it's something that like needs to come to light because I always have people go to me like, why don't you do mental health? Why don't you do feminism?
It's one of the things that we're never going to talk about it just to talk about it.
That's not our job. It's a one time only. We're going to talk about not one time only. We're going to talk about when it feels necessary. We are not a mental health podcast. No. We're not a Black Lives Matter podcast.
We don't know
we're not a feminist
too much
podcast.
about it.
Yeah.
We're just speaking from personal anecdotal experiences.
We can put you onto specific podcasts that do it. Like, our job is to cover everything broadly and maybe be specific about stuff, but cover everything broadly. Like, it's not our job.
If there's something that we're more inclined to do, so like we've done a whole episode of mental health, whereas like, if that opportunity arises, we're going to take it.
And the women's one's coming too. Like, we'll do ones about how the lack of consent like affects a woman, because we are all surrounded by women that go through it every single day. But we don't feel we're the people that have to put it out there every single week, and that's no slight on any other podcast that does it. You are doing a fantastic job. I'm going to be honest. I could never do what you do.
Exactly.
I could never do what you do. Like keep bringing mental health to light and keep being at the forefront of it. I could never do that. But I enjoy what I do. I enjoy doing different things. I enjoy showcasing that our podcast is multifaceted and we have different dimensions to each other. Like, we learned on the job on podcast, we can't joke if we can't get serious.
Yeah.
And that's like, we have elements where we get serious, or we have elements where we joke, or we have elements where we talk about sensitive stuff, we talk about important matters, but ultimately
we can't like, we have to have this discussion.
Yeah, it's not our job to specify it, but we can cover it and we can bring it to conversation when it's necessary. So
so yeah,
maybe it is necessary to put helplines if people need helplines. Like Samaritans.
I always believe it's necessary to put helplines.
Yeah, it's always necessary.
Just to show people that there's always someone out there for you to listen to you.
Even if you don't necessarily want to reach out to your friends, reach out to someone else.
Yeah, and
I really like helplines though. Like, it's obviously it's a good thing.
It's a good thing to have, but necessarily like from like experiences, like it's the thing that like I personally wasn't fond of it, like because it's just not my thing.
Yeah, no one in the beginning feels like
but I think it can be very beneficial.
Yeah, it's very beneficial.
Man.
Though.
I went through counselling. It took me a long time to understand like where my mental health stood at. Like, I didn't understand the concept of anxiety attacks or anything like that. Like I didn't realize I had anxiety till like later in my life. Like, I'd have slight anxiety, not anything major, something like minor anxiety. But like, I wouldn't have understood what it was. Like, I remember like in Kildare Village, like trying on confirmation calls, and I just stiffed up in the shop. I went like this. I didn't want anyone touching me. I didn't understand it was a panic attack, but it was a panic attack. I probably only had about 3 or 4 panic attacks in my life. Like,
it's just about understanding what it is.
It's just understanding it. I didn't understand, like, if I was talking to a counsellor, why I couldn't talk to that counsellor. Why I couldn't bring myself to talk. And it's not. And it's when you boil down to it and like, you know, you dissect you as a person. It's like,
I think that was the biggest thing about like stepping forward is though just understanding what it is. Like, like understand, like if I'm going through a ship like block, I know this is not going to be the end of it. I know like there's definitely a different side to this, but like I can feel shit for this part of time. But as long as I don't make that my whole thing, then I'm fine. I give myself that, like,
that's when you're reaching dangerous territory, when it's such an ongoing and like
when you think that's never ending, like
feeling. And I know, like, and I said my little like my antihistamine attempt, my failed attempt, but like I know guys that are really about it. They're really about it. Like, and I mean those some severe attempts at taking their own life, and like I've talked to them about, and they're literally like, man, do you know what sucks, man? If I really went through it and I lost my life, I would have missed out on a lot of good shit. I have people saying that, and it's just little things now they're content with. Like, they're content with sports, they're content with the NBA playoffs, like they're content with music they love, they're content with food they love, and they're like, man, this is great. I would have missed out on all this if I went through. And that's what I think people need to consider. Like, there always is a better horizon ahead. I sound cliche.
As cliche as it does sound, like it is,
but it literally is the way of life. Like, you have to learn, like, you have to have, like, to achieve your own sort of nirvana, you do have to have hardships, and you do have to have shit things going on.
I think you just need to like start building up things to look forward to, really.
Yeah. In a world where
it's like, if you think that there's no tomorrow, trying to like find the reasoning behind, like, as cliche as it does sound, I'm not trying to give advice to anybody,
because there's not any reason behind it, really. But Jesus, it's already 6 o'clock.
But another thing we're not really like headies about is like police brutality, the Black Lives Matter, and so on. Talking about that.
We don't want to necessarily make that our thing. Like,
it's not a thing. Like, talking about that. Like this past week.
Yeah, what's going on in Nigeria?
Yeah, if you've been seeing online, every Nigerian or everybody from West Africa is kind of supporting Nigeria to help end police brutality and SARS. It's not a disease.
So what does SARS abbreviate to? Yeah, just to educate the people.
Nah, just because I saw online last week, CNN is like the disease of SARS in Nigeria. Breakout. I'm like, what?
That's America, not CNN.
I was like,
I
was like, wow.
Totally ill-informed.
But SARS is it was like a division made back in the day, 1992. Well, I came across it when I knew about it was like around 2015, 2014.
So it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, that's like me personally. That's when I encountered
for the first time.
Yeah, like encountered such people like that. So it's a special anti-robbery squad. They're meant to deal with like anything related to robberies or kidnappings. Basically, they're like the support group that's like, hey, we're gonna help you find the people that did such thing. We're gonna look for these people. You know, they're very tough. They got like they got the toughest people. When
Special forces type thing. Yeah.
Like when I mean these people are tough, they've gone through shit. Because when I used to go back home, because if you're Nigerian and like you doubly understand what I mean, you obviously get your parents get police when you're coming to get you, things like that. Yeah. So like there were police people that like used to come along with us when we're going back home or things like that.
Okay.
And they're like you know, they obviously tell you stories and stuff like that. Me, I just like to talk to them because it's just interesting when I meet people for the first time. So yeah, some of them will be like, yeah, I've been down to robbery squad, you know, and they tell you like their back stories and stuff like that. And right now the squad or that division, they have kind of taken things out of hand because of the corruption in my country. It's horrible. So
yeah,
like these people are not getting paid well. They're not.
They have to find another means then to be crook and take people of their other positions. Like I was seeing stuff like it was like if you had a nice car, if you had a nice watch, if you had a nice phone.
It's just basically some members of my family have gone through them. They've encountered them, like telling them to taking them to jail.
But some of them took another place in SARS, didn't they? Some people would be subjected to torture and
it's just basically
imprisonment.
Their whole aim is just to try and tackle people that are doing 419, as we may know it in Nigeria, or piracy, hackers.
And is it a government-run thing? Like
it's run by the government.
So it's a branch off from the police.
It's run by the police themselves. So it's just a division on their own.
Yeah.
More or less what's happening in America.
Like a special forces group. Okay.
So they just, once they see you or once they think you're a fraudster, you do fraud, or they just just assume you dress good.
Even if they have like an inclination, they are entitled to do whatever, even if you're not at fault.
Well,
if they have any like...
The time I knew about them, 2014, 2015, they were very aggressive. When I mean very aggressive, if they see you, like for instance, let's say the three of us now, we're in Nigeria driving. They see us, like you're black.
Yeah.
No offense, Kelvin, but you're white, but like,
no offense for being white.
But like, if they see me, for instance, in a car on my own, I'm driving a nice BMW.
They're gonna think that you're frauding.
Yeah, they're just because I'm young and I have money, they just think, nah, this can't be real. Yeah. And then they're
so even if they have suspicion, they're entitled to do whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So they just their thing was just, hey, this person looks like a frauder. Put them in the van, take them to the police station. It's that. Yeah. You can't see your lawyer. You can't see nobody.
Sure.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And then everyone in your family will be calling, yo, where's this? I've been looking for my family, this and that. No one know. Yeah. And that's it. You're just being in jail for days until like they're like, okay, I think you can call someone now.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. And it's like that. And sometimes they seize your stuff. And
sure.
Yeah. And
that seems like the main motive of it, though. It's like to see
almost
your
financial
stuff.
benefit.
Yeah. Because that's what they're saying basically. In terms of SARS, like if you're not satisfied with your own income, you can find another means to get an income where you can have that nice watch, or you can have that. But like, it's like they're not educated enough to see an option that there is.
For me, I see almost similar to like the police brutality in America. You know how like they're just like, oh, black person seems like he just stole something, or like
racial profiling.
They see it that way because if they see like, because there are obviously foreigners in my country, they see foreigners, and to be honest, there are lots of foreigners right now in my country that are actually doing fraud and help encourage like the youth to go into all this fraud and so on.
Almost teaching them how to do it.
They teach them, and like there's some of them that are just like racist as well, and they're just, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And like they don't do anything to them. They're just like, oh, it's a white person. What are we going to do? Just leave them. Leave them. You know.
Yeah.
The only thing that'll stop them is be like, oh, give us money. And that's it. They normally when like. If they, for instance, if they stop me and they're like, where are you going to? I tell them where I'm going to. Next thing they'll be like, okay, you don't sound like a fraudster. You don't look like a fraudster. Okay, pay us something.
Yeah.
Their aim is just to get
to bribe.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the bribe.
It's just, they just need money.
And do you think like the same way they want to kind of reform the police in America and screen and bring in, say, but hear me out. Do you think there should be a scheme where they put in where like not only do you work for SARS and you're trained in through that, but you're trained in through other educational means and like whatever other job recruitment?
But wasn't that the whole thing now? Like they put out a statement saying that they're looking to reform the branch.
More or less. Yeah, people think
which I totally disagree.
You think it should just be completely abolished?
They should be abolished.
Yeah.
Every single one of them that was in it.
You're right, though. You're right. In the option where they're that's what I'm saying. I'm just playing devil advocate in the play in the scenario where like there can't be any abolishment. There should be some sort of reform.
The reason,
I agree with you. I'm inclined to agree. I think there should be an abolishment.
The reason why people are like there should be no reform is because what they're doing is not even reform. They're basically,
there's no way you can reform that.
They've abolished the whole SARS thing now, yeah. And now the people that are working for SARS, they're now redeploying them to other places as police people.
Okay, yeah.
So which is even worse because...
So even if it does get abolished, it's still going to be... The remnants of it is still going to be there.
Yeah. Because the police are even earning less than the SARS people.
Okay, yeah.
That's how sad it was.
Yeah.
So now you're moving this really tough, aggressive set of people.
And they're getting paid less.
They're going to be paid less.
Yeah.
Well, I believe their salary will obviously increased because now they've removed SARS. But they're going to be paid less and you're going to redeploy them to other places where they obviously do not know the community. They don't know nothing about. They're going to start working. They're going to start the whole thing again in their heads, like
almost more aggressively now.
Yeah, because even the police people are aggressive in my country now. Some of them don't even do anything. They just sit down and just because they know they're not getting paid. The only way they're getting paid is people on the road, like they're traffic wardens on the road, like where I stay in Abuja, and they're like. They're very entertaining. I find them really entertaining because like the way they control the traffic is really funny and people just stay there some time and just watch them and just video them. It's really funny. So like they get paid from people driving by, like, hey, take, give them something to have, and like just redeploying them, not really. I just feel like get that whole squad, every single person that was involved, get them together. They should be held accountable for what they've done.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Most especially the ones that are, because there are some that are really dangerous. When I mean dangerous, they've killed people in the bushes. Like they're like, oh, we're taking them to the police station,
but just go and kill them.
And then you never hear from that person again, and that's it. That's how they do their business. Just basically their whole aim is just wipe out bad people, which I guess is a good thing to do, but they took it to a whole new level.
They're putting justice in their own hands, basically.
And
it's not necessarily justice because they don't like. It's just suspicion of certain. Yeah.
It's just it's crazy because there was this really horrific story where I used to stay before in Nigeria. It's in the south, and there were basically these I've forgotten what they used to call that place. But basically they were just university students. Up to now, I don't even know if what they committed was like they actually stole something or not. But basically, they saw these 4 university students in their first years and second years in Nigeria. They were running and someone was shouting thief, thief, and you know how it is in Africa. It's kind of like jungle justice. You know, the people just come and just like
make claims.
Yeah. So basically, the students were called jungle justice. The community came together, basically burnt these 4 students alive. That's how crazy it was. The police were there. They're like, get tire, put it on them, burn them alive. It was a whole crazy story when I was in secondary school in Nigeria as well. So it's crazy when that happened.
That's the epitome of good cop, bad cop. Like where there's ones that are probably just abiding by their job. Like there's
and the
ones
police
that
people were
do
there.
that stuff.
Yeah, and up to now, I feel they haven't like the police people that were there at the scene. They didn't do anything. They're just like, yeah, go ahead. What can we do? The other people. Yeah. So it's honestly, we're talking on Instagram about certain things, and you're like, you know what you said, basically.
What did I say?
Like when it was the Independence Day, October 1st.
Yeah.
You know what you said.
I claim Ben's a fraud Nigerian.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And now he's carrying us through the Nigerian segment.
But he's making a good point towards it. Yeah, that's why we don't feel the need to celebrate.
That's why, like, there are just many things. Like, obviously, I'm proud of my country. I'll always be proud of my people and so on. It's just that, as of now, where the country is heading to and how it's been led, it's not the best way.
Yeah.
That's all I can just say about it. It's something where, like, right now, like, there was a whole protest even at the embassy yesterday.
Yeah.
At the Nigerian embassy,
and in London too.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, that was really nice. That's what we need to do to come together.
Should treat it the same as the way we did the bigger movement.
Yeah. So, like, I like the mentality of us, the new generation, kind of moving it forward.
I like it too, man. And I
think that's one thing that we really realized when we went to the protest anyway, where it's like, you kind of start to realize like that you're not just in your one-track mind of seeing everything online. You're kind of experiencing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Like I like it's not a thing of because again there are still people that are like, we should do this with force. We should force them. I just feel the peaceful way is the best way. Everyone comes together, has the same idea of what we want together, and just do it, you know, in a peaceful way. It's all about negotiation and talking about this and that. Obviously, like, yes, people
are just frustrated, and
it is, but it's more impactful. It's more impactful. You have a mass of people that protest peacefully, rather than a minority that bring it to like violent means, because it just doesn't hit as hard.
But again, like
people really look at the attendance of it.
Yeah, but like again, like you need to like relate to like even the protests happening over in America. So you did have, you had people who were integrated into these crowds to purposely cause violence. Yeah. Whereas like it's not.
But that's
always
the exception. That is a mad story.
Yeah, that is crazy.
We do have that, but I just mean from general protests. Like it is more impactful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The attendance rather than the actions like of it.
Basically, for me, the whole thing with the SARS, everything is just a whole police reform. Everyone in the police right now, there's not wrong. Like, I respect the police and everything, but like, I just still feel whole police reform is needed in Nigeria. There are many people that need to be fired. There are many people that need to be taken out of government that are still in government, and like they know themselves.
Yeah,
and like even with all these artists coming out and they're supporting it. Some of them, I believe, they're actually intending to do it.
Yeah, because like wasn't it like WizKid was out on the streets?
No, WizKid was out. I respect that in London.
Well, what's Burna Boy been doing?
Just been posting online. He's been making music about it. Which I believe that's why I really believe in his whole music thing, which is good. Maybe he's.
But you think there should be more affirmative action kind of taken on it, sort of thing?
Well, you're kind of opposite of that.
For me, people like David Doe, his father is a little bit into politics. You know, like there are many people that are into politics and they know they're like. There are ways to help, but like, you know,
they're aware of their privilege, but so whether they apply it, it's remained to be seen. But
it's just that obviously one way or another we know some politicians kid somehow, and it's just like, yo, I wonder what that kid tells their parents. That's
Yeah.
all. Like there's some people I went to school with, and I saw them posting about it. I'm like, bro, I'm just like,
See, we
I'm
can't
just
be a
like,
fly on the
bro,
wall.
yeah.
We don't know their position to
Yeah.
what they can say. You know what I mean? We can
Yeah.
only.
Yeah, but
hope there's some sort of change.
support. Like we just need more support from basically international people.
Yeah.
For me, I feel none of this American people should come and deal with it because
They have their own kettle of fish.
they've done a lot. They've come and they're helping with terrorism. In our
It almost
country.
feels like that was like the whole Black Lives Matter thing in America. I feel like it was like a catalyst for a lot of countries as well to start looking at the wrong things that's
100%.
going on.
Yeah.
Because what we have to understand, it's much worse in other countries compared to America.
Whereas
And
I
think that
even
needs to
see
be
like
put to light,
even in Thailand, there's like an uprising going on there where like people are getting arrested and stuff like that, and there's protests out in the street. I feel like a lot of countries now are feeling more confident in themselves because they see what's going on in America to do that.
Yeah.
And like even through history, like that's the same thing. Where it's like even like when the American Revolution was on like years ago, they were inspired by like the French Revolution happened a couple of years before that. And I think it's one of the things where you need something like that, like a catalyst to start looking into. Like then, like own countries will start to address their own issues because other people are influenced from the other cultures.
Yeah.
Because it does all overlap into each other. Like it does call the multitude of protests and multitude of stuff coming to light. And I do that's the one thing I do appreciate about this year too. It's just a lot of stuff keep being brought to light.
Many things
overall.
keep coming out. My dad told me is like this 2020 is weird, but like look, many things are coming
I think the
out.
world will probably be a better place afterwards.
I think so.
The world will be.
I don't think I'm not justifying anything that's happening.
Like I don't think it will be better, but we'll be set. Everyone.
It's almost like we're refreshing the page on the
Yeah,
world.
everyone will be resetting to see like, look, maybe this and this what we did here was wrong.
Yeah.
And maybe that didn't matter.
Yeah.
And this matters more to it. And like that should be
It's all about everyone adapting and changing. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
It's just learn from your mistakes. Are you moving forward? If not, sorry, man, we gotta wipe
Are you better
out.
than the people around you, or is this all like working towards nothing? Mainly, like it's just one of them things. But yeah, I'll leave it on this. Anybody that has felt the need to educate themselves on what was happening in America or what was happening in other places, it should be the same as SARS. Like there's no exception. Like I did the same. I looked up and I educated myself because it was the same. I did not. They're talking about
The disease,
police
or whatever,
reform or the disease. So I looked it up. There's multiple Instagram threads, Twitter threads.
I'm pretty sure we'll leave stuff in the bio and we'll have things
go
on
ahead
the
and
page.
educate yourselves in that sense. The same way you educate yourself for other stuff.
I think you just need to educate yourself with like a lot of things that are going on.
Yeah,
Keep
a lot
up
of
to
things
date
are
with the
going on.
news.
Yeah.
Like just keep up to date with what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
it's important.
gonna just put this on record. Yeah, I like the police because they're good cops. As well as I hate the police, man. That's all I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple as that. I don't know how you guys would translate it, but like there are reasons I like the police because just there's certain things that have happened in my life where it's like, yeah, the police helped me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But there's also
there's also
the other end of it.
the big
Underlying thing that's
Yeah.
going on. Yeah.
You know, talking about reform as well. It's nice. The president of NBA shouted out, like talking about how the NBA is changing to its, like.
Let me just say, Adam Silver, the commissioner, has not put a foot wrong in any of this. Like it was flawlessly conducted.
The fact that like even that thing where it's like 4 months or 3 months inside of Disneyland, like, and 0 cases, even just to deal with that is incredible.
Flawless. Like it was all.
Obviously, it wasn't. Obviously, there was the little, like the Daniel House situation and stuff like that. There was these things that happened.
It like in the infancy stage of it, it was about getting basketball players in line. Like a lot of basketball players like didn't understand it, and I think it just had to be reiterated.
I think everyone was very
that,
professional about it though.
Yeah, if you don't understand it, we're not going to have a playoffs. And realistically, you want to see if you can win a chip. We all want to see who wins a chip. Like
I think
we all have
like
to
even though
cooperate
the
together.
attendance numbers, like the viewing numbers were low, I think like during such a weird time, it gives people a sense of normality as well to feel like everything's just going normal again.
Yeah,
it's the little things like that happen.
And I think in the long run, like you said, there isn't much of there wasn't much viewings, but I think they did pull in a wider fan base now.
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of guys watching the playoffs that weren't even watching the playoffs, and it's sort of fact, like, look, there's international break, but there's not as much football
and
going
I feel
on.
like the whole premise of it as well, where people could have messages on the back of their jerseys, and there was all that, like,
and they continue it,
and like
this isn't going to stop.
On the floor for the game, they had the Black Lives Matter thing, where it's like they're gonna keep this going. It's not just a one-time thing where they're just gonna be like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
The
to a
issue's
point
not
where
there.
anybody watching it, it's unavoidable in a good sense. Like,
Yes,
like because it is putting emphasis on the
where they stand.
yeah,
Yeah,
more
definitely.
or less. But yeah, even overall, what did you think of the playoffs? I was like,
I like
I didn't
them.
watch it, so
you watched
I didn't watch it.
Game 5 though, didn't you?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
Yeah.
See, we're tired.
I
as
was
hell,
I
man.
was like watching. I was watching the scrimmage games before as well. Like, you know, like the very start, the emphasis.
Yeah,
Like, I was watching
the
them.
scrimmage games as well. Yeah,
Like, that's how.
yeah.
It's just because it gave me something to watch. Like, live sports was great to watch again.
I'll tell you what, every series that was on, I probably watched 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, that's
out
it.
of
I
them,
never
like,
watched a full
yeah, I
series.
didn't watch all. Like,
Yeah.
you're just.
We're not
putting
that into it. We're
yeah,
not,
no, you're just putting your hand on too many
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
and it's the time difference there and stuff
like
like
when
that.
the games were kicking off at like 10 p.m. That was fine. Like during the
Yeah, that's calm, or even a 12:30.
Yeah.
But well, 12:30, you knew you were
Then-
signing up to it.
yeah.
This
Then
gonna end at 4.
there was the 2 o'clock ones that
Yeah.
you were just like, no.
Yeah, because that's literally what happened with like the game 5. there
You'd have to pick and
yesterday.
choose which games you'd
Yeah.
watch.
Talk about shutting up shop. That was some championship defense. Like,
That was just LeBron
Yeah.
just doing LeBron
Yeah.
things.
LeBron James.
because LeBron
Thanks
James.
for that info, Ben.
Thank you, Ben. Thanks for the insight. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, because every other game from game 1 to 4 was so open. Like, it was so open. It was so expansive. Like, I think it was the whole idea of just attack, and I think they weren't really privy or mindful of like the defense element to it.
I also think that the Heat looked exhausted in the last game.
The Heat looked exhausted.
Whereas, like,
in
you
last
look
game.
at the space between game 3 and 4, they had a 3-day rest.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the game yesterday, they had a 1-day rest.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, that's why Jimmy Butler was so good in game 4, or in game 5, sorry. Where, like, game 5, he took the game by the scruff of his neck. Because he was so, like, there was no Bam or anything. But
Yeah.
that was off a 3-day rest. But now, after 1-day rest, you kind of see it's.
And it was ultimately where we found out where the strengths lie in the Lakers roster compared
and,
to
like, just general leadership on
compared
the
to
floor.
leadership on the floor. Like playoff Rondo is a real thing.
Yeah.
A lot of guys laugh at me about playoff Rondo. I'm like,
KCP.
no. Yeah, no, you are casual if you don't think playoff Rondo is a thing. Like, yeah, KCP showed up. AD and LeBron are always going to show
Alex
up.
Caruso did the thing.
Alex Caruso
what happened to Green?
hustled.
He wasn't.
He
very
was
good.
missing, man. His confidence
But
was
again,
on the
like, I'm
floor.
not like, it's one of them things where you need to look at it again, where it's like people are taking the piss out of him, and he was getting death threats and stuff like that.
It's
Whereas
never that
it's
deep.
never that deep.
It's never that deep.
Yo,
But
the three of us should be in the playoffs, man.
We should do a one-on-one. And
We should.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? Yeah,
should
we
pick
should
up.
do a podcast basketball championship.
we should do no cast podcast basketball.
Championship.
No, we're gonna
bro.
start our own team
Yeah.
in 5-a-side.
versus we hit up points. We hit up
We have
three at
everybody.
the back. Although
I think we'd
what
smoke
side do
three
I
at the
play
back.
for though?
I think we'd smoke 3 at the back.
Yeah, well,
Jordan can't rely on Amway.
I switch sides. Yeah.
Jordan can't.
Jordan can hoop though.
Nah, Jordan can't rely on Amway.
Nah,
shooting
Jordan
threes.
from mid range is great. Everything else, I think we can shut up shop on him. I don't know what Joe's like.
Yeah, if he's nice with him.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah, Deji.
Who else would we get?
Deji's
on that
overall
team?
into sports.
We'd have to get 2 other players.
Who else would we get?
Ali
Ali.
Ali can play.
Ali can play.
So then, so it's fuck Ali until we need Ali to play basketball, is it?
Yeah.
And then we can go. Yeah. You know what? Actually, yeah.
Ali's too
Yeah.
pretty now to
He
play
can
basketball.
show some use to something. Yeah, that guy really quit the podcast.
He's just
and
an
become
Instagram
a bad
model now.
bitch. Like, oh my god, we haven't brought fuck Ali back in a while.
Yeah.
We haven't brought that back in a while.
But anyway,
Yo.
I think. Are we gonna end it? We're gonna wrap it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up. Yeah, oh, yeah,
Episode-
half. Yeah,
Episode 20.
episode 20. We always go like around 1 hour 10 every
Yeah.
time.
Because
1
we're
hour
just
15.
we're too cozy
We're
with
just
it,
too
man.
cozy, too
What
consistent,
you
baby. What you
saying,
saying?
bro?
You see the stool? You see the studio? You see the setup? You see the lights, man? You see the speakers?
Yo,
You
shout
know?
out.
Yo, it's no
Pirates, man.
cash. Shout out Pirate, bruh. Nah, but for honestly, we need more of this in this country. Like studios like this.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my sister about it, and it was like, it's like, where's the catch? Like it's
Yeah.
this isn't an ad. Pirate don't watch that shit. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you can't find something this affordable, you know, and it's this accessible, and there's no catch to it. Like it only catch is we have to tidy up, but like, yeah, it's great. Like I think we need a push of more of
Yeah,
that
definitely.
indie arts, and like even the increase in finances in the arts now. Like there's been a couple of million injected into the arts. Like I think we need that as well overall. Like just broadly put on it mainly like invest film. We need investment
Shout out
in the
Pirates
creatives.
again, bro.
Yeah, we just need investment in that. I think in the next podcast we can talk about
we'll go more into depth about
that's a growth podcast where we say like our village mentality in episode 1 has completely changed and it's different now. And we have
let's start selling now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna catch that next. Anyway, it's been episode 20 of NoCast. Expect some more content coming up, and we shall see you soon.
Yes, sir. Ski.
Yes, sir.
Shout out BHM month. ASAP Benny out.
Peace.